Meanwhile, organisers of the annual Joburg Pride, which is a march to ensure the LGBTIQ plus community is included in the global drive for equality, says it will go ahead as planned this coming Saturday. Well, let's take you to one of the organisers for the Durban Pride March, Nonhlanhla Mkhize. Nonhlanhla, good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Firstly, let's talk about the kind of affiliation that you've had over the years with the Joburg Pride.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. I think the important thing to understand with the concept of pride and how it unfolds in South Africa is, yes, you have a variety of pride organizers, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Soweto, Durban, and many others. But we've been comrades in arms insofar as staying abreast with what is going on in each other's provinces, and therefore the politics and the issues of their communities whose rights and needs are at the heart of our work. And therefore it was quite concerning from where we are at. I mean, we may be the organizers of Durban Pride, but we are also people that would be mobilizing support and individual participation at Joburg Pride. So when messages like this came forward, I know it created a little bit of panic from our end and a bit of disarray, not being sure what is going on in our country and why have we not been better empowered by our government.
So, Nonhlanhla, what would happen over the years? I mean, is it a case of just encouraging people to attend Joburg Pride, or would you actually have delegations that are organized in Durban coming to Johannesburg as a unit specifically to participate?
Sure. So Pride over the years has become one of those activities or event spaces where individuals would have and groups would have mobilized and sort of coordinated themselves. But I think post-COVID, and noting that, you know, we have struggled sort of observing Pride from home, far away from each other, this was becoming one of those opportune moments for us to regroup. I mean, Pride is about protest. Pride is about us pledging solidarity with each other insofar as the discrimination and the hate crime that we experience in our communities. So, of course, Durban Pride, while we may not necessarily have buses that sort of transport people to Johannesburg or Cape Town or even Soweto year in and year out, but it's always been ours that, you know, in support, in pledging our allegiance, we will call on our communities, we'll call on business, private sector, to come forward and support such spaces, especially if it means that they are serious about human rights and equality for all.
And Nonhlanhla, I wonder where this leaves you now in as far as this weekend is concerned. What are you saying to members of your community that are calling to find out, well, should they be making the trip to Johannesburg or not?
I'm not going to lie, the past 48, 72 hours have been the most stressful, and I could imagine how they must have been for the organizers of Johannesburg Pride. It is not a comfortable space to be at as an organizer when you've lobbied for support, gotten your business and community and even government partners on board to support an activity of this nature, bearing in mind putting together anything for LGBTI in South Africa is still not very much well supported financially. So I could imagine, and I think from where we were located, that was also the stress we were experiencing from our own people. The questions about should we go? Why is this coming from a foreign government and not our own government? How true can we trust? Should we go ahead? And of course, it's a costly exercise when you think about it. You want to be in Johannesburg on Friday and stay right until Sunday so that you can participate in all the cultural and celebratory activities that happen right throughout the weekend. So I know it's been a stressful one, and it's quite a bit of relief knowing that the partnership between the Joburg Pride March organizers and the city of Johannesburg, especially safety and security, that the event will go on. But at the same time, I think the message that we're sending out to our communities is still, as we make all our roads to Johannesburg, please be safe, cooperate with the Pride team and safety and security, because the last thing we want is a space that is bringing us together to celebrate who we are, to be a space where we find ourselves violated.
All right. So proceed with caution then is the message
Proceed with caution.
All right. Nonhlanhla Mkhize is the Durban Pride Director. We'll leave it there for tonight.